Jacob Wilkins with Reid Brignac ahead of the series opener against New Hampshire. You know, Reid, you look at the 6 games against Hartford, and I know it goes 3-3, but it felt like in those last 2 games, particularly at home, the offense was building towards what we saw in Connecticut.
Yeah, the bats were getting better for sure throughout the week, and then we typically hit pretty well in Hartford.
Yeah.
This group. And they did. They swung the bats well. They played better defense. Just overall better baseball play than the previous 3 days. It's like night and day with them sometimes, and with teams and just in general that they can look bad one night and then the next couple nights really look really good, like a postseason type of baseball team.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? You see sometimes that happen all in one game, the Palmquist game, which to make that comeback after he had pitched so well in the ninth felt like a pretty big win in terms of wins across the season.
Oh, it's a big win. It's one that, if we make the playoffs, we'll look back at and say, late in rallies in the 8th and 9th that we won that game would be a reason why we're in. You can also, like you said, flip that coin and we gave up a grand slam in the 9th, at home, in extra innings at home that we lost the game. We came back and had chances to win. So obviously the comebacks are great. Being on the road would be great to get the lead and keep the lead throughout the rest of the game. But we got our hands full with another good New Hampshire team.
Tyler Stewart pitched very well last week with the no-hitter through 6, the perfect game through 5. Pitched very well up here in Manchester. How do you see his improvement over the course of the year?
He's a little bit been up and down a little bit this season, but pretty much more up than down. He's had a couple bad outings where he let his emotions get to the best of him, and that's one thing we talked to Tyler about is just trying to be confident and be even-keeled out there regardless of what happens, whatever adversities are thrown at him. He's done a really good job his last couple starts of sticking to his plan and attacking guys. I think he was 9 for 9 in first pitch strikes his last outing. And then, just continued. I think he fell behind one batter and then they continued it right after that. So that's a big piece for Tyler, working ahead early in the count, throwing strikes early and getting the hitters on the defensive side.
I'll give you a guy that we haven't really talked about yet, Sterling Consuegra. He just seems to be in the thick of these rallies.
He has been. He can really impact the baseball. When he develops a little more and shrinks the zone and starts drawing walks and forcing pitchers to throw the ball over the plate, we're going to really see Stanley take off and be very impressive. He's a super athletic player, can run, can jump, can throw super hard, swings and hits the ball really hard. So, very toolsy player now. It's our job to develop him and make him a better player.
JT Schwartz now an 18-game hitting streak. What has been the key to his consistency and just a lot of the guys in the lineup that are finding a rhythm now?
Well, I think you just said it, consistency, quality of the at-bats. He controls the strike zone as good as anyone in the league. He rarely chases. He forces the pitcher to throw strikes. He's willing to take his walks. It's definitely helping his on-base percentage, his slugging, like everything. All his numbers increase because he doesn't chase and strike out a whole lot. And he's barreling balls, he's pulling balls in there. He's doing a little bit of everything. He's using the whole field. And he's just a dangerous hitter whenever when he's in this mode he's in right now, and he's really helping carry this team.
Seems like in the bullpen there's some options that are starting to develop in terms of those top shelf relievers. Juarez, Gervais, McLaughlin. Do you feel like when you're going to the pen that there's a little more stability, for lack of a better term, in terms of guys that can get you some outs?
Yeah, definitely. We're going to have to put some guys in positions they haven't been in. For Gervais and McLaughlin, they've closed games out for us this year. Losing Wilkin Ramos was a big blow to our bullpen, who he did such a great job for us. But that's development, right? That's what we're here for. We're here to get guys better and move them up to AAA because we want them to eventually help the team in Queens. And then our job is to develop more guys that have that ability. I really like the way Carlos Guzman has been throwing the ball recently, and Cam Robinson. If he can continue to throw strikes and pitch in zone, he's really good option for us down there late. And Guzman as well. He's done a better job of throwing strikes and not walking guys. And that's the biggest thing for me. It's like if I'm going to trust you with the ball in late innings when we had the lead, you can't go out there and walk guys. You can't allow, like, if you give up hits and you give up runs, that's one thing. But going out and walking guys and then giving up a 3-run home run after 2 walks is one that it's hard for me to, continuously trust you in those situations, and you have to prove that you're ready and you're capable of executing pitches.
Hey, have a good final week before the All-Star break. Go get them.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Reid.